What's up, guys? Human Mining here. A little bit different video today, not really my usual scheme. I wanted to switch it up a little bit, do something a little bit different because I'm always doing the same thing. Don't want to bore you guys with that. I am trying to work on possibly doing more blog-like videos in the future. I just don't really have much to show. And of course, I am looking for a house, as many of you guys know, so of course, I will have a lot more to show then. It's just I'm kind of cramped in a quarter with my mining stuff over here in an apartment. If I had my own place, I would have a dedicated room for all this stuff and a lot better ventilation and stuff, such as like fans out the window, and don't have to use air conditioning to cool anything off. Um, so yeah, today I'm just kind of going over um, why I have such an obsession of solo mining. I know I mention it a lot in my videos how I'm really big on solo mining, and I'm always talking about how I want to do it, but I also don't want to take my graphics cards off of it. So I kind of want to dive a little bit deeper into there and kind of let you guys see it from my perspective. I mean, I did buy a small little ASIC miner for Bitcoin. It only does 3.8 terahash at 200 watts. But the reason I did that, is because I wanted to solo mine Bitcoin with it, and I wanted to do it more of as a test to see how long it could possibly take to actually hit a block with 3.8 terahash. And of course, you can look at this website here. It will calculate about over 1,000 years, which is basically never. But that's not really how the case goes with solo mining. So today I'm gonna go over my obsession with it. It's my first thing is basically it's a risk factor, and there's a little bit of fun in it. You're taking a risk, but you also know that it may pay out in the end, and that's one of the main reasons I like it. It's not to compare it to gambling or anything, but it's that risk. It kind of gets you excited for what you might get, and I like that. And another reason too is that you're more likely to ROI on anything or return on investment on any kind of miner if you solo mine. But don't take this as financial advice, because there is a lot of risks that are involved. Because, well, first of all, you're basically mining and not getting paid anything unless you hit the block. So you could be mining for a year straight, not hit a single block. You wasted all that money on electrical and didn't get paid anything. So that's another thing you need to take into account when you're solo mining, is that you're losing money and not making anything. You don't make the cryptocurrency unless you solo mine the block, because a block reward is basically all like the whole block. If you're solo mining, you get paid the whole block. You don't share it across a pool like what pool mining is. Pool mining is when multiple people use their computing power to solve one block, and then those computers each get paid out a small little divot of the amount they mine. So basically, they get paid for how much hashing power they had on that block. Solo mining, you're the one solving that block. It's your computer that solves the block, so therefore you get the full block reward. You don't have to split it with anyone because you're the one that did all the work. That's basically my quick little snippet on how solo versus pool mining is. But yeah, so many of you guys know I'm getting the Apollo BTC from FutureBit. I didn't buy the full node one. I didn't really need a node. I run a node off my computer. I got this little $600 one, and it's 200 watts at 3.8 terahash. And if you were to plug that into what to mine on ASIC, with my power, it's never going to ROI. You're never making any money off of it, and I'm pretty sure even at 10 cents per kilowatt hour, you're still not making any money off of it. So if you're going to buy this miner and just regular mine with it, you're not going to ROI it no matter what. Basically, what this miner is, the Apollo BTC, is just a way to build up your Bitcoin wallet. You're not making money off of it, really. You're losing money. It's just you wanna build up your Bitcoin. You're not there to make money. You just want to have a bunch of Bitcoin in case Bitcoin shoots up in price. So yeah. But the way I look at it, if I buy one of these miners, if I just regular pool mine with it, I'm never gonna ROI. But if I take that risk on solo mining, I have a possible chance of ROI, or returning on the investment I put towards it. Now I put $627 towards this miner. Now if I were to solo mine a block, right at the current rate of Bitcoin, that's $149,000. And this is before the halving. The next halving is in 2 years, I believe, 2024. And then the block reward is going to get cut down to 3.5 or something like that. So even then, and normally when a Bitcoin halving happens, usually the price increases quite a bit afterwards. But let's say that did happen. So let's take 6.25 and cut that in half. I need a calculator to do that because I'm not very good at math. I know it's the most simple thing in the world to do. I don't have the brain capacity to do it right now. 3.125, right? Now do 3.125. Say the price is, a little bit higher. Maybe it's 40,000 when it happens, or shit, maybe it'll be 100,000. But who knows? That's still half of the Bitcoin reward at current price is still $74,000. Now that to me sounds awesome. $74,000, I would love that. Just as much as I would want $149,000, because who the hell wouldn't want that? You don't need to you can buy a house without taking a mortgage off if you get enough Bitcoin, Or you can pay off your mortgage pretty quick with that, depending on what kind of house you buy. So that's one of the reasons I like solo mining. Other reasons are, of course, it's all luck based. Sometimes you feel lucky. Sometimes, like I remember the first day, within an hour of putting one GPU on solo Neoxa, I hit a block. Now the likelihood of me doing that was pretty low, considering I was only getting 30 mega hash when the pool I was mining to was in the giga hash. Now that's pretty crazy. But that chance of you getting very lucky is always there. There's been many people that have terahashes worth of terahashes worth of power or mining or just anything, and they still manage to hit a block. Like, let's say, what was the smallest? I think someone with like 200 terahash hit a block once. And that's not a lot in Bitcoin. In Bitcoin's, you go to Bitcoin, it's in the exahash right now, I believe. Yeah, it's 235 exahash. Terahash is not a lot. So if you were to go over to here and just slap in 200 terahash, that's 19 years of mining with 200 terahash. But somebody still managed to hit a block before 19 years happened. So, what do you think it would be for 3.8? Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I'll send in the right math problem right away, solve that block. Who knows? And another thing about solo mining is you want to find a pool that you have the lowest ping on, because you want to be able to send those shares in as quick as possible. Now, I mean, you can still hypothetically mine Bitcoin on your CPU. I've actually gotten my computer to do that, and you're only in the kilahashes when you're doing that, but there's still a possibility you may hit a block in the kilohash. Now, it doesn't even calculate that you would even get there. Like I was pulling in 70,000 kilohash. That doesn't even pop up in this thing. And that's a lot. Newer generation cards are going to pull a lot more than older generations. But just looking back to, when Bitcoin was first mineable, everyone was mining on their CPUs. In fact, everyone was solo mining. Bitcoin was actually all solo mineable when it first came out. And then pools started becoming a thing. Because as the difficulty goes up, the less likely you're going to hit the block with older hardware. So that's where the whole pool thing came out of. I'm kind of rambling on about it, and maybe I missed a few things, or maybe a lot of the things I'm saying don't make sense or sound stupid, but it's just my way of thinking. Like I like the fact I like solo mining. I like how I can take a risk, and that risk may be life changing for me in the future. Bitcoin, yes, Bitcoin is definitely the most life changing thing to anyone if they hit a block, because Bitcoin has always been very high in price. You know, the highest it's ever been is around $69,000. That's a lot. Just for one was $69,000. And who knows, in the future, it could be twice that, or even 4 times that. Now, I'm not saying it will, as I always say in the videos, don't take this as financial advice, because it's not. It's just me kind of going over what I think, or what I'm speculating. Now, I'm not speculating Bitcoin's gonna shoot up in price anytime soon. It's been in the red a lot lately. You know, Ethereum's gone up, but that's because a lot of things going on with Ethereum. You know, people are excited for it going to proof of stake. People are sad it's going to proof of stake. There's all sorts of things going on with the economy around the world, and all these things are gonna play into what the price of everything is. If our like actual stock market outside of crypto is down, it's most likely going to affect crypto. There's a whole lot of factors that play in. Ethereum Classic is up. Whew. Sorry, I got distracted. But there's a whole lot of things that play into crypto. Crypto is always changing. Their prices are never the same. Bitcoin and all these other coins, they go up, they go down. You got to be always watchful of the market if you want to make any kind of. That's why I don't trade. I'm not a crypto trader. You know how much time you have to spend to be a trader in any kind of market, even just the regular stock market? You have to always be watching the damn thing, because it's always changing. It's going to spike up, it's going to go down. You got to know when the right time to buy is and when the right time to sell is. That's a whole lot of work. That's why I like crypto mining. Crypto mining, you just plug and play. You know, plug it in and let it go. It will make you money no matter what. You just gotta be able to do maintenance on it. That's the worst thing about it, is the maintenance. You have to upkeep on your graphics cards and your anything really. It doesn't matter if you have an ASIC miner or not. You have to do upkeep. Can't let the things just sit there for years on end, not touched. Letting them run, they're gonna break eventually. Luckily, I haven't had many issues with my graphics cards. They've been pretty good. The only one I've had issues with is my Founders Edition, but I think it's just because the memory, I can't up the memory speeds as much as I can on Hynix memory because it uses Samsung. Like right now, I turned my fans, I turned off auto fan, and my temperatures have been great. They're not at 70 degrees Celsius anymore. Yeah, this one's a little hot, but you know, it's an open air case, and I only have one fan that I like just put on it, and it has to deal with the heat from the other GPU in front of it being pushed to the back of it. There's a lot of issues, and then the CPU is blowing heat out in the back plate as well for that one GPU. So this poor guy is just sitting in the crossfire of two heat monsters is blowing on it. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people are probably never gonna know what's going on in my head when it comes to solo mining, but I just have such a passion for it, as it's basically the original way of mining any kind of cryptocurrency to begin with. And I like to stick to the roots, you know. I like to do things casually. Or why did my AC just turned off and now it turned back on? Make up your mind, dude. What are you gonna be? I hate my air conditioning. It's probably at the fact that my graphics cards and stuff are right underneath it, and the sensor's just blowing up right now. But sorry, I get distracted pretty easily if you couldn't tell. But yeah, that's the reason I'm solo mining. Call me crazy, call me dumb. I'm not gonna really care much in the end. I'm a very small miner, so I have room I have a lot of room to work with when it comes to this. I'm not spending hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars on electric and stuff. You know, I only got 3 graphics cards. I haven't been running my Antminer L3 Plus, and I can't really run anything loud like that in an apartment until I get into my own place. But I have room to screw around with. But you know, if I start getting into, you know, multiple GPU rigs and multiple ASICs, maybe then I wouldn't be so big on solo mining, because that's a lot more money that you're paying in the end. Because you know, when things start getting over 1,000 watts and you're sitting there struggling to pay your electric bill because you're sitting there solo mining and not making any coins to sell and then pay off that electric, that's an issue. But I have room for that. You notice a lot more. The larger farmers, they don't really solo mine all that much, or they might, because you know they have such high hash power, they can solo mine a block in the snap of a finger most likely. But I'm not that. I'm a small miner. I have my 2 graphics cards. I don't like putting graphics cards on solo mining. Trust me. I feel like graphics cards, they're really good for pool mining. I'm more of the person who wants to like put these. And even if I had like a big you know, freaking gigantic Bitcoin miner, I wouldn't put that on solo mining. The only miners I want to put on solo mining are the small ones, because they don't use a lot of power, and they don't necessarily use, and they're not really loud. They don't really push off a lot of heat, and they're usually cheap. No, I'm not spending $10,000 to get a miner. I'm spending, you know, maybe a few $100 or probably half a grand to get one. They don't use a lot of power. They don't really do much. They just kind of sit there, and you know, they don't make a lot of money. So why not just slap them on a solo pool? Because if they hit a block, they're making more money than they would just normal mining it. But of course, it does take time, and it's all luck based. But yeah, I know I kind of sound crazy. I probably am crazy for what I do, but if I do get any other small miners, you know I'm going to solo mine with it. I'm going to keep my graphics cards on a pool, and I'm going to solo mine the crap out of any coins I have on a small miner. The problem is I can't afford a lot of the iPolos and stuff, because damn, $2,000 is a lot for a tiny little miner. But if you look at it, hell, freaking go over to, let's see here, what to mine. Let's go over to etc hash. Turn off all that bull crap, and we'll do the old type it in. So let's see here. I believe the one miner, the classic plus, gets 280 mega hash at 270 watts, right? So we'll slap that in the calculator. Even at 14 cents per kilowatt hour, you're making like $5 a day. That's a lot of money. You know, that's more than my 3 graphic cards are making a day. But they're getting close on Flux. Flux has actually been pretty good with price lately. So I've been getting a lot of Flux. I already got $18 of it, so I'm actually having a good time with Flux and their parallel assets. But yeah, these little miners they're great. So I don't know. I just rather put a small ASIC miner, and I just rather slap it right on to a solo mining pool. I just feel like it's what it could be used for. Holy crap, you're making $1.21 on Ethereum. But yeah, this video is probably way too freaking long right now, so I'm gonna probably cut it off right here. But you know, call me crazy for always wanting to solo mine, but the more small miners I get, the more I'm gonna solo mine, and I hope you guys know that. You guys can call me crazy and dumb all you want, and I'm gonna keep doing it until I can't do it no more. So hope you guys enjoyed this random video. I know it's kind of different compared to my other ones, but I kind of want to switch it up a little bit. And I know I don't really get to the points very quick, and I'm kind of all over the place, so I hope you guys can bear with me and understand I'm never in one place at one time. I'm all over the place. So hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.